It is time for the Arizona Cardinals 2025 schedule and record predictions. Riggs Tamburo, Mr. Seth Douglas, as well as Mr. Thunder Villarreal are going to be joining us here today. But first, my man Seth, you are a Kyler Murray believer, but the guy has some questions to answer. Some people thinking his job is on the line here, maybe even a partial season pull if Kyler Murray does not deliver right away. How you feeling about Kyler? Are you believing in him going into 2025 based on what's happened over the past few seasons?
Yeah, I do. I think he's definitely going to have a breakout year. I think well, let me take that back. I won't say a breakout year, but it's going to be a year where it's going to be a lot better than what he had last year, coming off
Hmm.
injury, having a better offensive line core starting to develop, and I also believe with Marvin Harrison, it's boomer bust at this point.
Hmm. It is very much boomer bust at this point. But that said, Mr. Thunder, you're kind of thinking it could be bust, my brother. We look at Kyler Murray. So many people, especially like my own family, is out there in Arizona. And a lot of them are just not believers that Kyler Murray is still the guy to get it done. They've had enough. They've seen enough. They've watched him run back on 3rd and 8 and get sacked for 4th and 25 too many times to keep having faith in this guy. What is it that concerns you most about Kyler Murray heading into 2025?
I just haven't really seen much from him. Like besides from that 2019, 2020-ish season when the Cardinals were popping off in the beginning. Like he looked pretty good there. I saw the potential there.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I know the team's been pretty bad too, but there's still nothing that's kind of shown me like, oh, hey, the potential is there. I just need a little bit more behind me. So that's all that. Plus, with the possibility of like around the November 14th date, a new Black Ops 7 coming out for Call of Duty. Who knows how this guy's gonna be in the middle to the late range?
Yeah,
Just don't know.
Yep. The running joke every single November is, well, this is where the Cardinals fall off. If they were playing well, this is where it comes to an end here. But I am a firm believer that I actually think Kyler Murray's locked in this year. I think he's ready to go. I think he knows what's on the line here, man. You can't keep messing around at this point. He's got to go get one. He's got Marv Harrison for another year here. Yes, did they do him a lot of help? Not really. It's the Cardinals. They never give him a lot of help. The defense sucks. He has to sit on the sideline. They never bail him out when he gets in trouble. There's just a lot of bad stuff there. But there's enough to say you have to find a way, especially at the tight end position. They should be at least able to compete in these games, in my opinion. But all that said, guys, I'm going to say fair. I think it's a fair schedule here for the Arizona Cardinals this year when you take a really deep look at it here. They get to start the season at the New Orleans Saints here. New Orleans Saints, one of the few teams that we've kind of picked to be bottom 5, kind of across the whole sports forum board, just saying bottom 5 for sure. Bryson Owens even going as far as saying the worst team in the NFL in the New Orleans Saints. So, Seth, is this a one on the road, game 1? You got to find a way to come away with a win here. Or is this a tougher week 1 than it appears?
No, I think the Cardinals make light work of the Saints. Definitely, I feel like the Saints will come out. I won't say they'll give them problems, but they'll probably have a couple plays where they catch them off guard. But I think this is a pretty done deal for the Cardinals. Like you said, the Saints are probably going to be bottom of the barrel this year, looking for that Arch Manning number 1 overall pick for 2026. So easy work for the Cardinals.
Easy work for the Cardinals. Thunder, is this easy work, or is your favorite quarterback, Kyler Murray, going to make this a lot harder than it probably needs to be?
No, I think it's going to be pretty easy work. Like Saints got a very horrible bottom bottom half O-line going on there, and that rookie QB Tyler Show. I think that's how you pronounce the last name.
Yeah, Show. Who knows at this point? Just Tyler, the guy that shouldn't have got drafted there. That's what I'm calling him.
Yeah, like
before Fedor.
Could be a promising QB to some. But from like the stuff I've seen and heard, his like passing mechanics break down when he's under pressure. Cardinals kind of boosted their pass rush a little bit, so I feel like we're definitely going to see some of that breakdown in the first game, and the Cardinals start the season off with a win.
Seth, you nailed it, man. And I could sit here for the next 10 minutes and talk about this quarterback situation. It just drives me absolutely bonkers that I was sitting there and they took this guy over Shador Sanders. The whole world took this guy, I guess, over Shador Sanders when it's all said and done. So I don't know, man. I don't agree with this quarterback decision. I mean, I went back and watched this film after they took him. I was like, I got to learn more about this guy because I knew who he was. I saw a game or two and I was like, I'm not convinced. And I watched this film and I'm not convinced. So see what happens. I thought he made a lot of very basic throws, also a lot of basic mistakes. For him to go where he went, I'm not a believer. Obviously, no Derek Carr there. I think Spencer Rattler is going to be the guy coming right out the gate here. And I do like Spencer Rattler, by the way. Shout out to Arizona. And the boys up at Pinnacle. I do like Spencer Rattler. I just don't know if they can score more than 16, 17 points in this game. So I think if the Cardinals can get to 20, they win this game. I honestly think it's going to be harder than it's supposed to be. I think it's going to be a weirdly, what the hell are you doing, Cardinals, week 1 on the road, but I think they find a way. So I'm going to go tight. I'm going to go about 23-16. I think the Cardinals get it done, but I do think there's a moment here where things are looking a bit scarier than it should. But 1-0 sweep for all of us in week 1. Then you're at home. Pretty favorable again. You got the Panthers coming to town here for your home opener. Big silver toaster out there in Glendale, Arizona. Still to this day, the worst building spot they could have picked in the entire state. But hey, they did what they did for those tax purposes. So can't blame them there. But anyway, you come into this one, you should be 1-0. You're at home, but Carolina Panthers, another sneaky team, should be better than a lot of people are kind of talking about them being. Seth, do you think Carolina poses a pretty deep threat here for Arizona at home?
Actually, I think they do. I think it's going to be one of those games where you think it's not going to hit the over on any means, but it could really turn out to be a high scoring game. Panthers with Bryce Young and McMillan, the new wide receiver they picked up in the draft this year. On top of that, you got Chippa Hubbard with the Panthers as well. So I think they got enough firepower to actually mess around with Arizona. Do I think they'll win? No, I'll still give the nod to the Cardinals, but it's going to be closer than what people expect.
Another win for Arizona, but a little bit tight here. I know that there's some people at the sports forum who would be taking the Panthers here, Thunder. Are you one of them?
No, I'm not one of them. I'm leaning a little bit more towards just how Seth said, but my backing of the Cardinals comes off the fact that the Panthers don't really have much of a run game. And so I think James Conner, even though like Marvin Harrison Jr. and them, I feel like I'm going to put in some work in this game as well. I think it's coming down to James Conner that's really going to push that win for the Cardinals this game.
Well, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm a little scared to take my Arizona Cardinals here to start 2-0, but I don't literally think of all the predictions we've done thus far. I don't know if we've seen an easier 1-2 punch for anybody to open the season. So I got to give it to them. I've talked so much good shit for Kyler Murray. I don't think it's right for me to turn my back now. So I'm going to rock with you guys here. I'm going to go Cardinals, but I do think Bryce Young makes this interesting because the defense is so bad that even teams like Carolina should have their moments, Seth, kind of like you pointed out there with a few of those specific players. I think it could get dicey here. I'm going to go weirdly high scoring. I think it's like 31-27 Cardinals. Like I think Kyler Murray has to earn this game when it's all said and done, but 2-0 across the board and the first test on the road at the San Francisco 49ers. I will go first here. I was on the San Francisco 49ers show early of the first or second schedule that we did. I think the second schedule. First schedule. San Francisco 49ers. This is a big time win for the 49ers. I have them starting like 6-1 to start the year. I can't say the Cardinals are going to win this one. So I think it's a bad loss here. I think I'm going to go. They kind of get stomped in San Fran. Give me 31. I'll be nice. 31-17. But I really don't think this one comes down to it. Thunder, what are you looking at, man?
I'm right there with you, man. Like, sure, they may have swept the Niners last year. The Niners weren't much of a team last year. They got more people They got more of their guys back. Hopefully McCaffrey looking good to come back. But also you got the return of Robert Saleh on that defense. And
Yep.
that guy, he knows how
Danger.
to like he makes defenses that just mine up offenses like crazy. Like
Yep.
the pudding's there. Like it's all there. I just don't see the Cardinals doing it. You got the offense stacked, defense stacked. My boy, the people's tight end, Mr. Skittles himself. We're gonna have them tasting the rainbow. It's gonna be amazing.
Hey, talking
Tasting
cash.
the rainbow. Now
I
that
know
is
it's
one I have not heard yet.
that
Seth, what do you got
was
for us? Oh,
that was a good one. I think I'm with you guys. I just need to see what the 49ers offense is going to be about this year.
mm,
You got Brock Purdy getting his contract. Is he going to step up and elevate his game to that next level? Brandon Ayuk coming off injury. Is he going to be able to come back like he was in 2022, 2023, or 2022, 2021?
yep.
Uh, I'm also hearing that Brandon Jennings might not be with the team. He's a trade asset at this point. So still a lot of factors. Also, Christian McCaffrey, is he going to be dealing with something by week 3? Who
Mm,
knows? But
yep.
um, I'm
Mm,
definitely, I think I'm with you guys still, but it might be a little bit closer. I think I'll go. Let's do 28, 28, 28, 18.
mm. 18. Classic Cardinals ugly ass score there. I kind of like
Yeah.
that. All right, guys, there you go. 49ers going to go ahead and take this one down. Like you mentioned, man, the thing about the 49ers is there's so many weapons. There's so many expectations. It's such an easy schedule, the easiest schedule in football. It's almost impossible for them to choke this game. I mean, Kyler Murray has to literally play a perfect road game, and
Yeah.
the 49ers have to be off, and Christian McCaffrey can't have a good game. Like, I just don't see it. Like, they could beat them on field goals alone in this game. So 49ers 2-1 for the entire squad through week number 3. Then it is time for a very short week here in week number 4, but thank God you get to do it at home on Prime Video. The Seattle Seahawks, division foe, coming to town here in this one. This is going to be interesting. Sam Darnold will be now 4 weeks in. Got to think he's starting to get into a rhythm here. Is Cooper Kupp starting to play really well again? Is he kind of falling off? The run game is always good in Seattle. I expect it to be good here once again. This is a tough game here on a short week, Seth. Do you think Seattle come here and stick it to them for their second loss straight?
That is tough. I think this is one of those games, or they're probably going to split the series. I think that's where I'm leaning towards. I think
Hmm.
Arizona will get a win over the Seahawks. The Cardinals were also, I believe, they were 6-3 at home last year. Uh, I just think, I just think that the Cardinals might have them where they need to be at. So
Hmm.
it's tough. I'll say
It's a tough
though
game.
the Cardinals will win this one. I think they drop the second time they play, but I'll give the
Okay.
nod to the Cardinals.
Short week, bounce back W. Thunder, do you see this one going the same way?
No, I'm gonna disagree with Seth here. Like, I feel like the Seahawks, they're the better team, and like they may be like what you said, 6-2 at home, right, Seth? Is that the number you
Six and
threw
three,
out?
excuse me.
Three.
Oh, six,
Yeah.
6-3. They six and
Hmm.
three, but Kyler Murray's 2-8 against the Seahawks.
True.
And I think I'm not praising Sam Darnold here. Like, I'm not saying he's tremendous, but I think he's better than most people give him credit for. Like, he put up some pretty nice numbers with the Vikings last year. So I think
Quick question. Is this, though, the worst Seahawk team we've seen in the last 5 years? I think
Mm,
it might
I
be.
don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think so.
so. I say no.
You've got a
Okay.
pretty solid defense still. Like, you pick up DeMarcus Lawrence and all that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you still
Sadness
have
from the
Mike.
Cowboys there. So
People underestimate Mike McDonald. I feel like he is
I agree with that.
one
Mhm.
of those top OC, or not OC, excuse me, DCs. He's been in the league forever, been under the hard balls and learned under them. Also, Wink Martindale. So I just don't understand the slight he gets, but
I
I
think
think
it
that
was
he
the slight underperformance last year. I
right.
think the defense, the second half of the year, it just didn't feel like a Mike McDonald defense. That's kind of where I think it comes from.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair.
I see you. So, but
And
yeah,
no
I don't.
Gino, and no DK. I mean,
True.
they
I
got their
mean,
work cut out
but
for them.
they still. I mean, not to bail out the Seahawks, they still have Jackson Smith and Jigbo, who I definitely feel like is going to have a big year this year. Granted, you don't have DK to offset him, but more target. His receptions are definitely going to elevate from what they were last year.
Yeah,
True.
and you
All right,
can't
Thunder. Sorry,
knock
now
out
we
the
cut
run
you
game.
off.
So no, I can't. You can't knock out the run game either. Like Kenneth Walker the third is
Yeah.
amazing, tremendous.
Yep.
So
My
Zach
boy.
Charbonnet.
could I see this being a close game? Yes, like it's a divisional game, always could be close for them. But I got a little bit more faith in Sam Darnold to QB out the win on this one. So, and if I see like honestly out of their division, I really only see them if they're going to split with anybody, splitting with the Rams. I don't see them splitting with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Wow.
one.
That's an interesting take right there.
Yeah, I was about to
Here's
say,
the
I don't know
thing.
about that one.
Seth, you mentioned Zach Charbonnet. He's a top 5 RB2 in football. If you disagree,
Yeah.
go watch the tape. I ain't gonna say here. Don't argue. Go argue with your grandma, bro. Don't argue with me. Like, no, he's a top 5 RB2. Kenneth Walker is a top 5 RB1. These guys are stacked in the running back department. And unfortunately for Arizona, they don't have the guys to stop them. And yes,
Yeah.
they were 6-3 at home last year. But to be fair, look at the seasons prior. They overperformed last year. Their defense, for who was on their defense, overperformed last year. Like this year, Kyler has to go out here and win these football games by scoring a lot of points. And do I think Mike McDonald can draw up a scheme on a short week to make life hell on Kyler Murray? Absolutely. And I don't doubt it for a second. So I don't know, man. It's a tough one. You could argue short week. They don't have as much time to put in pressures. It's easier to send pressure on a short week than it is to game plan offensively on a short week. So I'm going to favor the defensive team here. It's a really tough one for me coming off that loss, but I'm going to go with a loss in a really tight game. Give me the Seahawks 24-23. I think the Cardinals get a chance late. Kyler Murray takes a horrendous 2 sacks for 25 yards on the final drive, and it's just nothing doing there. So, all right, man. So kind of split here on this Seahawks-Cardinals game. We'll see what happens there in week number 4. Then you move on through to week 5. Thunder and I need a win to come about here for Arizona very quickly, and they might get just what they asked for. Off a 10-day break, they're back at home. Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans come to town for this one. I don't like Cam Ward. I don't like the Tennessee Titans. I don't think they're going to do shit. Give me the Cardinals in a huge bounce back game here. I don't want to say that they let it out on somebody, but I do think this could be one of the few games that they actually beat a football team this year. So I'm going to go with like a really weird one here just for fun. I'm going to go 34. 17. I was going to go 13, but the defense is so bad. I'm going to go 34-17 here. I think a big bounce back win for Arizona. Get the mojo back, and they're going to need it heading into week 6. So give me a win here. Thunder, Cam Ward, does he dice up the Cardinals?
No, like I'm not much for Cam Ward. Like I think no matter what, even though the Cardinals may not have too great a pass rush defense, they boosted it a little bit. I just don't see Cam Ward's nonchalantness translating over when you have as bad an O-line as the Titans do. So I'm giving this one. I'm rolling with you. Cardinals getting the win finally after probably in my mind, two pretty bad losses.
Seth, we sweeping this.
Yes, I got the Cardinals winning. I will disagree on you guys' take about Cam Ward. I think I think Cam Ward is a actually pretty good quarterback. Do I agree with the nonchalant? Probably. I mean, watching the bowl game and him just literally just standing still and throwing the ball, that told me everything I needed to know. But I definitely, I got the Cardinals winning this one. I agree with you, Riggs. It's going to be like one of those games where you look at the stat sheet and you say these guys got dominated, outplayed all around. And I'll put this prediction out. This will probably be a game if you guys watch or do fantasy, Kyler Murray will probably be the top
Mm.
guy in fantasy that week.
The top guy.
Top guy. I'm talking like 40. He going to get you 40 points, depending on what kind
Oh,
of league you.
boy.
Yeah,
Well, I got him to 34 points, dog. So unless James Conner's ass goes for 4 rushing touchdowns, I'm kind of right there with you. Which, by the way, I do think James Conner scores twice in this game. I think it's another great bet here. 2 touchdowns, maybe first touchdown plus 700. I'm digging that as well. But all that said here, guys, we're taking a sweep against the Tennessee Titans. We'll have the Cam Ward talks here in the next few weeks. Right about that first week of August, we're going to start doing our quarterback rankings, our running back rankings, wide receiver rankings, defensive rankings, as we always do for you guys. We're also, right before the season gets going, we know you guys love our power ranking show. We will do our preseason power rankings. And as you guys know, every single Monday/Tuesday of every week, we do our new power rankings for the updated week. So get ready for those shows as well. But all that said here, moving on through at the Indianapolis Colts. I don't trust the Cardinals defense in this game, but I do think this is another opportunity for Kyler Murray to kind of keep it rolling over into week 6. You have 2 great weeks. Maybe you have 2 weeks, and now you have a chance to do 2 more good weeks, and then you got Green Bay coming to town. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a weird one here. I'm going to go Cardinals win. This could totally go either way, but it just feels like it's going to be 27-20 on either side. I'm going to lean Cardinals because I am the farthest thing from an Anthony Richardson guy. And I don't know if you guys saw, man, they're starting to talk like it might be AR taking the starting position. I just don't, bro. I hope it is. But even if he starts, he ain't going to be starting by week 7. But whether it's Jones or him, I'm going to go Cardinals win here. But I feel a lot better. If it's Daniel Jones, give me Cardinals 27-24. If it's AR, give me Cardinals 27-17 in this game here. But I got Cardinals either way. Seth, are you on the Cardinals here, or is this a tough road game for Arizona?
Oh, it's hard because I'll go with the wacky score, but I have it probably in the teens somewhere. I just don't see the offenses making enough plays on both sides. Like you said, with AR being in the lineup, and I also feel like Kyler gives you those moments where it's just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why
Oh,
why
yeah.
are you doing this? So I think he'll have a couple of those
Every
moments in
week.
that. hmm But I'll go with the Cardinals. I'll go with the Cardinals. And like I said, somewhere in the teens. So I'll do, I don't know, probably let's do like 18 to, no, let's not do that. Let's do 20 to 18. So someone in that
I
range.
like that.
It's got to make sense.
I like that. You know, I was contemplating that ugly ass, like you're saying, 2013. Like that probably
Yeah.
is more realistic. But I keep saying how Kyler Murray's going to have to win them games this year and how bad the defense is. And even though the Colts offense drives me bonkers, a few
Right.
games every year, they do kind of like go shot for shot with people, like kind of like the
Mhm.
Tennessee Titans. Like a couple times a year, you're like, oh shit, like maybe they can play offense. And then they lose like 38-34 and it doesn't matter anyway. Right.
Yeah.
So that's
I
kind
was
of
about
where I
to say
went with
somehow.
that.
I was going to
Yeah.
say somehow with like Jonathan Taylor just going off for some crazy yardage and
By
doing
himself.
something out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm with you
Yeah.
on that.
The Cardinals kick team, their coverage team's fucking terrible. Like they could get kick returned on, like they could get scored on so many ways, which is why they scare me. Daniel
Yeah.
Jones might break out for, I would say 80-yard touchdown, but he'll fall down on the 16. So like a 66-yard run or something like that. And then they'll
Yeah.
kick a field goal or something like that because they won't score. So we'll see what happens there. But Seth and myself having a tough time saying Cardinals, but we said Cardinals. Thunder, are we sweeping this or are you going the other way?
I'm keeping the sweep with you guys.
All right.
Not much to say, not much more to say. Like y'all pretty much covered it. And I think we just go ahead and we pack it up and head over to the Cheeseheads now.
I like what you're saying, man. So we're going to roll right through to you, Thunder. Week 7, Green Bay Packers come to town here. Another Sunday game. Nice 7-day break, pretty consistently here. Midday window on Fox in Arizona. Jordan Love comes to town here. Josh Jacobs is the back this week. So say a prayer, Arizona Cardinals defense. Thunder, are you taking the Cheeseheads in this one?
I'm taking the Cheeseheads, man. I'm taking the Packers. Like, I like Jordan Love. I like Josh Jacobs. I just see them. I see Josh Jacobs running all over him. Hopefully, I get Jacobs in fantasy this year. I've tried to get him just about every year. And yeah, Jordan Love, the Packers. I mean, the only downside that I could say about it is Packers got a young defense. Could be shaky there, but I don't think that's going to be enough to go ahead and say the Cardinals are going to take a win on this one. And so they're going to be cheesing all the way home to Wisconsin.
Well, Thunder, let me just tell you, in our fantasy league, you ain't getting Josh Jacobs because I'm taking his ass. So strap in. You better get him too soon because I'm going to get him just too soon. So don't watch out.
Me, okay? With the way my attitude is, don't tell me. Right? You might get me to make dumb moves and get him earlier.
You're going to get like the 6th overall pick and you're just going to take him and be like, fuck you, Riggs. Anyway, that would be kind of funny. But anyway, Seth, looking at this one here, man. Green Bay Packers. I will go super quick here. I'm going Green Bay. I'm all over Jordan Love. I'm all over Josh Jacobs. I thought Josh Jacobs was a sleeper candidate for MVP last year at 150-1 odds before the year, and he damn near almost pulled it off if his team would have been a little bit better. So I'm all over them again. Their pass game got better, even though you could argue maybe there's a couple defensive concerns. They're still way better than the Cardinals defense. They should still give Kyler Murray problems. I'm all over Green Bay here. I think it's a closer game, really, than it even should be, at least for the most of it. But I think Green Bay kind of get that put it over the top late kind of score. So I'm going to go 27-17 Packers in this one. I'm rocking with Thunder. Seth?
I like that too. I definitely think the Packers are going to win. I do see Jordan Love is another one of those quarterbacks that gives you one of those pull the hair out, like, what are you doing kind of moments. So I definitely see him having one of those, but I'm with you, Riggs. Them scoring late, them probably putting it away mid-third quarter and getting the deal done, in Arizona.
Yeah. Jordan Love, the only difference is when he makes you pull your hair out, it's because he makes relatively thought-through risks. It sometimes don't pay off. Kyler Murray, bro, I go to war for you. He just does dumb things that you're just like, bro, what in the world? Like, what were you looking at? Like, I know you can't see over the line, but what were you seeing? Because you literally are watching them. It's terrible. Yeah. It's so bad. Jordan Love sees like two dudes crossing like this, and he has a gap this big, and he tries to piss missile it through there. And if he gets it, it's a touchdown. But if he doesn't get it, it's getting pick six. And he takes those risks. So I will say, he's a gunslinger.
He's a gunslinger. Murray's just a runner.
I give him credit because he at least tries. Like usually when Jordan Love fucks up, I'm like, they show the replay and I go, oh, I respect that. Like I can live with that,
See, Kyler Murray does like more backyard football extension of the plays than Jordan Love, in my opinion. Jordan Love will get outside the pocket, but if it's not like I'm going to take it out further to the sideline and then try and cut up, Kyler Murray will actually just do circles in the backfield and be like, what are you doing? So I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's like when you're a little kid, bro, and you're like fast as hell and you can juke everybody, but then all of a sudden you're going to get hit. And so you just like lay down. That's what he does. He like run. And then he's like, shit. Okay. And he lays down. And you're just like, Kyler, like, bro, what are you doing? It's so hard as an Arizona fan. It's the number one knock on his resume that I see is that he just does. They'll be on a 3rd and 6, 42-yarder, and he'll run 18 yards backwards, and then they punt. It's just the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing, dude. So, hey, guys, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, rocking with the Green Bay Packers across the board here for the team. Tough game there for Arizona. Going to week 8, though, you get a nice week off, feeling good. You come back November 3rd, October 19th to November 3rd, Monday Night Football at the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a fun game here. Very little defense. two pretty high-flying offenses. Dak Prescott sucks, but he has moments. Kyler Murray might suck, but he has his moments. Two great receivers on both sides of the coin in this one. Very tough one to call. Thunder, you're a Dallas Cowboys guy. I got to let you take the cake here. I will say, when we did our preview of the Dallas Cowboys, you were pretty honest about your Dallas Cowboys. So tell me how you're feeling here. Is this one of the ones that you guys win, or is this kind of like the turning point? I'm done with them. I'll see you in 26. By the way, can someone please come pick up Dak Prescott because we don't want his ass anymore?
Yeah, I do my best, to be honest. I do my best, but I'm sticking with what I went with in the Cowboys video, and I'm going with Dallas winning. It's a little bit more of a help at the fact that it's going to be over there, so we're not in Kyler Murray's like second home, because the dude's practically undefeated at AT&T Stadium, from what I remember. So I'm leaning towards that being pretty nice as well. So I'm sticking with them winning. I'm sticking with them winning. Going to be a close shootout here, but I do believe Aubrey at least is going to be the guy off his leg to give us the victory. If they do lose though, Riggs, and I get on that video of the recap, then I will hit you with the Murtaugh line of, Riggs, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I don't blame you, dog. I get it. Seth, Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott at home under the bright lights. Does he get it done?
I'll go yes. I think the Cowboys have a little bit more offensive firepower than the Cardinals to get it done. Thunder, I'm very surprised that you are a Cowboys fan, but we'll discuss that another time.
I got to shake hands with T.O., bro. I'm sorry. I had to.
Hey, I can't be mad at you then. But no,
living in the
past, definitely living in the past.
That's my Cowboys fan pass right there, you know?
I get it.
But yeah, I think Dak Prescott is going to unlock something with George Pickens. I'm still trying to put this together with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the same field at the same time. It's only one ball, so I'm like, where is this going to go? But I do think they get it done against the Cardinals. Yes, and also Michael Parsons. I don't think the Cardinals have anything for him to take him out the game. So I think he's going to have a big one too.
They literally don't have anything to counter Micah Parsons in this game, but Dak Prescott still has to get this done. They can't hand the rock off all game long. Dak can't run for anything. Okay, he's a terrible runner. I don't know why he gets hype as a good runner. The dude tried to run one time, broke his ankle. So, like, whatever.
He was pretty mobile before that injury. Before that injury, he was putting up some good numbers. Afterwards, he's gotten pretty scared.
Here's the thing. Dak never ran like he was running, bro. He ran like, run out of bounds. That's what he did, bro. And then he slid. Like, Dak didn't run nobody over. Dak didn't juke nobody. He wasn't a good runner. He would have escaped the pocket. Sure.
These QBs that don't know how to slide or anything like that, I'm not for them. Like, you want a somewhat mobile QB, but you don't want a completely mobile QB. Like, a completely mobile QB's never won the Super Bowl.
All right, here's one for you. Who's a better runner, Dak or Joe Burrow? Joe all day. Because the difference is Joe will, excuse my language, Joe will run through a motherfucker. He will, bro. And I respect that.
If he really needed to.
What do you really need to? You gotta learn how to slide or get out of bounds. QBs can run, but they ain't meant to be taking hits.
Well, I'll defend.
It's a different day.
I was gonna say, I'll defend Dak Prescott just because you guys did have the best offensive line for probably like 4 years, while he was there. But
he still couldn't run.
I mean, he didn't really need to. But I get what you're saying. He still needs to be able to pose a threat. Excuse me.
He's got to, and I mean, like, if you're ever gonna run on any defense, it's this one.
All
jokes aside, all jokes aside, Thunder. I'm done going off on your quarterback. All jokes aside, Dak should have moments in this game. Dak should be able to move out the pocket. He should be able to extend plays and let George get open and CD get open. And what's his name? I keep blanking on the tight end, bro. It's driving me nuts. I just said the guy dating the Cavendish one. Ferguson.
Mr.
Thank you, Jake.
Come on.
Yeah, Fergalicious. There you go. That's how I remember that one. So I think Ferg's going to have a big game in this one. The Cowboys don't really have an excuse to lose this game. There's nothing that poses a threat to them other than Kyler Murray just goes absolutely off. But if you just mark up, I mean, I hope they put Diggs on Marvin Harrison because we're going to get like 4 touchdowns out of him if that happens because Diggs sucks. So we'll see what happens here. But Thunder, I think you nailed it. Even if things aren't going Dallas's way, which really this should be like 40-20 Dallas midway through the fourth quarter. It really should be. But if it does come down to it, like you mentioned, Brandon Aubrey inside, he's good from 61 in. I mean, it's hard to be like, oh, Cardinals are going to win. Like, I guess only if they have the ball last. Maybe they win. I'm going to go against the grain on this one. I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals because I think it's a very winnable game, but Cowboys shouldn't lose this game. So anyway, I know I'm going against my own logic. I just don't believe in the Cowboys, and I do think Kyler Murray is going to have a lot of momentum at this point in the season. So I'm going to go Arizona win. It's their boost towards the playoffs, and it's kind of like the beginning of the end for the Dallas Cowboys Thunder. My apologies in advance. We will see what happens, though. Moving on through. We're in that second half of the season, man. It's starting to get real good here. Arizona, according to us, are at least competing still at this point in the season. Now it is time for the rematch, this time in Seattle at the Seahawks, Sunday, November 9th, coming off just a 6 days rest, going on the road, coming home, resting for 3 days, and going on the road again here. Seth, you said they were going to take the first one in Arizona. Is this where things get bad and they go over here and they get spanked up?
Yeah, the 12th man. Or the what's the Seahawks? The
12th man.
Yeah, they got
12th man?
12th man over there.
Yep.
They like A&M and saying 12th man.
Yeah, they're copycats. Well,
that's the Texas guy right there talking.
But no, definitely the Seahawks get it done. I think, like I said, they will split this series with the Cardinals. I just think Mike McDonald seeing them early in the year, he'll have a game plan for Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray will do unscripted things to get you off balance. So seeing him for the first time or for the second time will give him a better way of addressing what needs to be done and take care of Kyler Murray. So I think Mike McDonald comes in with the right scheme this time and get the W in Seattle.
Mike McDonald getting it done this time. Thunder, this would be a 2-0 sweep for you on this one. If you're going to go Seahawks again, are we talking a closer game or not as close in game 2?
I'm going with the sweep for the Seahawks. Seahawks going to sweep them. I think the first game is going to be closer, possibly a little bit closer, but I think on this one, you're talking about a Seahawks team that probably going to be competing for that number 1 spot in their division. I just see them being more energetic, fighting
Where
for
is the
something
love for the Rams?
And taking and sweeping the Cardinals on this one. Like you didn't beat them at home. You ain't beating them in Seattle. You ain't beating them in the rain or anything like that with that weather. So that's how I see it. It's Cardinals going down on this one.
Seth,
hey, Rich, before you go, Thunder, what's up with the Rams?
I'll let you know when we get there because I do like Stafford. I like Stafford. I like the Rams, but I'll let you know why. I'm like, okay, if they're gonna go 1-1 with anybody, it's the Rams in 2 weeks.
All right, I'll be waiting. I'll be tuned in.
I'll be tuned in. Yeah, facts. I'll be there too. Let me tap in. I'll be a fly on the wall just listening to that one.
Exactly.
Look, man, this is a tough game here. And I'm not a Sam Darnold guy, but I do believe in Mike McDonald. I do think the defense are better. I gave them a win against Dallas. I will say, if they lose the Dallas game, I kind of lean Cardinals to compete in this one because I think they're going to start to really need to find the last 4 or 5 wins of the season here. So I'm going to go with a loss just because I have them beaten Dallas. We talked about the back-to-back short week, double road. This is the hardest 2-game stretch of the season for them, just straight up. So I'm going to go with a loss. I think it could be a bit of a blowout, but I'm going to go a little closer. I'm going to go 28-20 Seahawks here in this one. I think the Cardinals are alive through this game. They just don't find a way to get it done. That's a tough place to go. Like you said, the 12th man, not going to be working in their favor. So then You need a bounce back. 49ers rematch this time in Arizona, week 11, November 16th, obviously inside, so none of the weather going to be a factor here. Brock Purdy, does he come on the road and get a win here, Seth?
It's hard. Did I say the 49ers are going to lose the first matchup? I cannot
I think
remember.
we all
I
did. We all
apologize.
said Niners win.
The Niners win. Okay. You said at Arizona. Nah, I think the 49ers might sweep them, honestly. But just all around better roster. I think for the 49ers, it just depends on the health. We're in week, what, 12, 13 at this point?
Week
We're at week
11.
11 here.
Week
Yep.
11. Okay. Yeah. Point still stands. Health. Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Jennings, if he's still there.
Mhm.
Trent Williams. I mean, we got a very veteran team, and and George Kittle, can't forget about him. But yeah, you have a very veteran team. Just depending on how their team can recover up until this point, I still got the 49ers to take it away.
Thunder.
Yep, I'm sticking with it. I'm saying Niners got swept last year. Niners are sweeping them this year.
Yeah, coming back for
Pretty much same
revenge.
reasonings, and it all pretty much comes down to health. Like everyone thought Niners were looking great, supposed to be great last year. Health really screwed them,
Hmm.
and they tanked down. So as long as they stay healthy, Niners sweeping the Cardinals on this one for this.
Mm.
I think it's very simple, Riggs.
Oh man, I'm going to toss up here. I think Arizona is going to be more in this game than I think you guys are kind of alluding to. But I keep looking back at it coming out the bye, and I just can't help but say they're winning one of the three in 9, 10, 11. I just
Mm.
if they could steal 2 out of 3 of these games, man, I mean, holy hell, props to you. But I got to give them one win here. So just know for me, between Dallas, Seattle, and San Fran, they win one of them. I don't think they
Okay.
come out of the bye and lose 3 after losing to Green Bay. I don't think they're going to go without a win for 6 weeks. I don't think it's going to
I was
happen.
about
So
I was about to say, you think the panic button is hit if that happens?
oh yeah. Oh, they're going to have to look at the last 6 games here, and they're going to have to win 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them, and that's
Okay.
just not a good spot if you start like that. So honestly, between Green Bay, Dallas, Seattle, San Fran, they really need to win 2. I mean,
Mhm.
they need to win 2. They're going to win at least 1. We'll see what happens here, but I guess I'll join you guys. I'm going to go San Fran here, but this could be upset potential. I'll probably be taking the Cardinals at the spread if I'm getting like a touchdown with them because I think they can compete in this one. I'm going to go like 23-20 San Fran. So I think Cardinals are alive in this one. But moving on through. This is an interesting game here. You got Trevor Lawrence coming to town on the very next week, week 12, 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. Jacksonville, in my opinion, going to be a more competitive team this year. Arizona and Jacksonville, this kind of feels like the turning point. Are the Cardinals going to compete for a playoff spot or not? You can't lose this one based on what just happened. So, Seth, looking at Jacksonville, are you a believer in Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter? Do they have a big game here against Arizona? Or could this be a Kyler Murray win, start getting things back on track?
Excuse me. I am a believer of Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter, so I'm like, that's where my heart wants to go and say
Hmm.
the Jaguars pull it off, but it's at home. Another game where I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter both have big games, but I think the Cardinals get this one done at home against the Jaguars.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go. Let's do let's do 24-32.
24-32. Oh, Thunder. Is that a fair prediction here, my man?
I'm saying fair. Like I'm now for the first time in like 6 weeks giving them a win on this one. Because like I think Trevor Lawrence, I kind of like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's pretty cool.
Me too.
Travis Hunter, I'm just like about. I don't really buying on the stuff.
Whoa.
A little bit of my
Come
shakiness,
on,
a
man.
little bit of my shakiness
Bro,
from the fact that
dog.
like I like
You
Jaunty
losing me.
better.
You
I like
losing me.
Jaunty better. Okay, I'm still kind of hurt on the fact that he didn't win it. Like, show
Oh
some love
my
to the
God.
running back.
Thunder.
Come on,
Thunder,
show
hold on,
some love
bro.
to the backs.
Hold on. We don't have time for this conversation, but just know when that was going down, we had more guests, more analysts, more people in the world talking who was going to win that award. And when it was all said and done, we all agreed the only guy that was supposed to win that award won that
For
award.
Chavez.
You're talking about a dude who played at Boise State who would have been getting murdered by these big dogs at a lot of different schools. They had no offense. All they did was say, hey, here's the ball 42 times a game. Well, if I try to run the ball 42 times a game against fucking Wyoming with one win, I'm going to score 5 times too. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see how you can look at Travis Hunter's on a team that played better teams and higher elite competition and still shut them down. He played dudes that are below him and he ran through them. And people were like, oh my God, how did he score 3 times? Because he touched the ball 45 times. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Seth, really quick.
I love my
You wanna
backs.
add
I love
that?
my backs, bro. I love my running backs. Running backs.
He
I love
played
running back too. But like,
he played 2 positions. Like, I'll just leave it at that. We have, besides Charles Woodson, and even Charles Woodson was more a punt returner and maybe a wide out, but mostly a corner and punt returner. And I'm a big Michigan fan, so that's a lot for me to say. But Travis Hunter had more touches or more plays on the field than anybody in college sports. I just don't understand why people have this gripe or this view about him that he didn't deserve it. But
like
I don't get it either.
if Travis Hunter keeps that two-wayness doing tremendous in the NFL,
stop.
I'll be like, okay, I'll come on here and I'll be like, okay,
that ain't got shit to do with shit. It doesn't.
But
look, that had nothing
point,
to do. I don't know why when this award was being discussed, people were like, well, he's not going to be able to do it in the pros. So what does that have to do with anything?
we're talking about right now.
We're talking about what he just did. By the way, Travis gave up what, two touchdowns on the year?
Mm-hmm.
In total? Playing both ways in elevation?
I know. I was about to say before.
Look, I just left Denver. I moved there for 5 years, right? I lived there for 5 years. I walk up the stairs and I got to take a break, bro. Okay. He did it both ways there. Now he's in Jacksonville. People who think this dude, let me tell you, when I say superhuman, bro. If we sat, we were in rooms with this guy. We had analysts and media on the field interviewing him, locker rooms, press rooms. Every single person says the same thing. He ain't normal, bro. Like everyone was just mind blown by this guy. I don't think any of the narrative. Think about it. The only thing that people say about him not doing it in the NFL is, oh, well, he can't do it because he just can't do it because it's too hard. How are you going to put a limitation on a dude that just did it for his whole life and say, well, he can't do it because if it was me, I'd be too tired.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying I can route him up or anything. There's no way. Like, I ain't routing him up or anything like that. Dude, it takes tremendous skill to do both. I will give that. Yes. Tremendous skill. Impressive. He may be super, but when you come to the NFL, it's kind of like what Syndrome was saying. Everyone's super. It's
Everyone's
the NFL.
Super.
Everyone is basically super.
I like that. I know we're getting off topic just a little bit, but
yeah, it's worth it.
It's a good conversation, man.
They came out with a list of Travis Hunter's number 1 receivers that he's going to have to go against. And the list is crazy. I won't lie to you. The list is crazy. But do you think he will be able to like cope with that and still be a threat on offense? Do you think that is reasonable to ask of him?
I think Travis Hunter is going to be a full-time DB and about a 50% wide receiver. I think he's going to be in on important plays. I think he's going to be in on 3rd downs, 4th downs. That all makes sense. I don't think he's going to be in doing a lot of blocking. I don't think there's any reason to just tire him out for no reason, which that's going to be interesting because, like, is everyone going to kind of know when his package checks in? Like, well, they're probably throwing the ball. Like, I'm sure there's going to be numbers that make it kind of obvious. So eventually he's going to have to. But at the end of the day, I think he is a DB before he's a wide receiver. So I don't think he plays every play. It's not Colorado. He's not going to play every play and then return the ball. Like that's probably a little bit too far. But do I think he plays 75% of plays? I do, and I think he succeeds personally.
Okay. Yeah.
Thunder?
I agree with that.
I'll be with you. I see him more on the defensive side, not much on the receiver side. Like you don't put someone like that wasting him on the offense too much when he's putting up numbers on defense like that. You just don't do it.
So I think it's fair to say, last sidebar of the Travis Hunter conversation, he's probably a guy you don't want to take in fantasy unless it's a super, super late pick because you just don't know what you're going to get from him. But you could take a risk on him.
Like if you have a huge league, I'd say go ahead.
Yeah, that's tough. If it's like a wide receiver favored league, like I said, I think he's in on the big plays. I think he's going to score touchdowns. I really do. I don't think he's going to be in on your own 20, 1st and 10, run it up the middle. Why? Yeah. But just coming off a drive, like a 12-play defensive drive. There's just no way. It doesn't make sense. But hey, we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, Thunder, now that we just went on a 45-minute tangent, is Travis Hunter going to lead Jacksonville to a win here?
I just still don't see him leading them to a win. I'm giving this one to the Cardinals on this. Like, I don't think it's coming off of I don't think them coming I'm not giving them 7 losses in a row. That's basically how I'm going out about this. And I could see this being a close game, but I'll give this one to Kyler and the Cardinals, maybe squeaking out a win here.
I am very conflicted because I love Jacksonville in the dog roll this year. I'm going to be all over them, especially at the spread a lot. Money line as 4-point dogs a lot. I think I like Jacksonville in the dog spot for many, many reasons. And I'll be honest with you. Deep down, I'm seeing a score in my head, and I don't want to say it, but I got 24-22 Jags in this game. All of that said, I'm going Arizona Cardinals to win this game. I think it's a 3-point game no matter how you cut the cake here. Once again, we talked about the schedule. You got to take the mid-schedule on the chin, and then you got to start winning because look who's coming up. Tampa Bay, LA Rams. It's a must-win game. So that's why I'm going to give it to him. I think Kyler Murray is more in control of this team than everyone's talking about. But you pointed out, Thunder, this is about 2 weeks after Call of Duty drops. So I don't know, bruh. I'm a little worried, but I'm going to go Kyler Murray and the Cardinals to get this one done. But then, gentlemen, things get real. The very next week, you're on the road across the country in Tampa Bay against Baker Mayfield. I'll go quick, and I'll go first. Give me Tampa Bay. Baker drops a 40-piece on them. I'm going 41-17. I think the Bucs lay it on the Cardinals here, Seth.
17. I give Arizona a little bit more credence than 17 points. I'll probably jump that up to like 21. But I'm with you with Baker Mayfield getting it done in Arizona. Or no, excuse me, getting it done in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on, once again, 17, 21, fine. But let's just not forget, man, Todd Bowles is the dude who, if you're not secure in the pocket and you don't, you're getting eaten. You're getting eaten for lunch, bro, every single time against him. I think it's one of those bad sack games, bad turnover games for Kyler, maybe a fumble or two in the pocket. It's just going to be bad. I think they're cooked before they even get there. They suck on the road. They're never good when they cross the country. It's just a bad game. The only other thing that makes it worse is that it's at 1:00 because the Cardinals across the country against good pass rush teams in the early window, I don't know what it is, but it's like really bad. It's like 2-22 or some horrible number from like a year ago. We had this stat and it was really bad. So anyway, Thunder, are we sweeping this Tampa Bay? Or are you going to shock us here and take Kyler to 1-up Baker Mayfield?
I ain't going against the Texas two-step, bro. Baker Mayfield and Mr. 1000 himself, Mike Evans. Like the Bucs defense may be a little bad against the run, but Cardinals don't got anything to answer for it. I'm going with the sweep. I'm going with the sweep with y'all. Bucs taking it.
Fair enough. All right, man. Tampa Bay all the way. Now it is time for some December football here at home. Cardinals, LA Rams, Thunder. We're waiting to hear where
Yeah,
this is going.
I need to
So
hear
So
it. Talk to me.
this is
what's
this
going to
is all
happen here?
coming down. Like everything is going to come down to what we see beforehand. Only because of the fact that like I love Matt Stafford. I love Kyron Williams. He's tremendous.
Hmm.
Puka, amazing. Devontae Adams. Now you got that great pickup. The hinge for me, what it all hinges on is the O line. The O line, not too
Okay.
great. So, depending how it goes, and I love Matthew Stafford, but he's getting up there. So, depending how the season goes, if he's taking the hits again, just like all last year, I could see them potentially getting to a 1-1 with the Cardinals on this one, just because of that fact. Like health may come into a fact here, and is it Jimmy G? Is it Mr. like Ken the Barbie guy that's the backup for them?
uh, is it Jimmy G? Yeah, I
Pretty
believe it
sure.
is Jimmy G. I believe
Yeah,
it
because
is.
like Jimmy G, if Jimmy G ends up having to come in on this, that's where I see Cardinals being able to come up on them. Other than that, like if everything goes well, the O line stays, health is good, then I can see the Rams sweeping them on this because I like the
Mm.
Rams. I think they're gonna be looking good. They looking tremendous, probably for every reason you about to say, Seth. But it all hinges on the O line for me. That's where my like possible 1-1 comes from. Is that O line and how they can protect Stafford.
Okay. I was about to say, but to your point, you just said that the O line wasn't that good last year, correct?
Yeah, from what I remember, Stafford was kind of taking some hits.
He was, but he
Mhm.
still made it to the NFC Championship game with
Yes.
that bad offensive line. So I think, granted, I'm with you with the age and everything, but if Matthew Stafford was still able to get it done with that offensive line last year, I think it's still going to be in the same realm of him being able to get it done this year. And on top of
Like
that, I
I
think they're going to
mhm.
be running the ball a lot with Kyron Williams,
Yeah,
anyways.
like
So
I still see them making a pass for the playoffs. Like me saying they going 1-1 ain't saying Rams ain't gonna make the playoffs or anything like that. I'm just more on the side of the fact that I believe last year somehow I think the Cardinals did go at least like 1-1 with them or something, or even swept
yeah,
them too. I don't see that happening this year again. Like the Rams are definitely not getting swept by them, but the 1-1 comes down to that O line.
I got you. See, I think the Rams definitely will win this game. I got them probably winning by at least a touchdown. I do agree it'll probably be a tight game just because of your point, Thunder, that the Cardinals will probably cause some havoc for that offensive line. But when haven't we seen a quick pass to Puka for a 20-yard gain to get them out of a sticky situation? So I could definitely see the Rams coming away and getting this win.
Well, well, well. Gentlemen, here's another thing. Seth, I feel what you're saying, but I kind of think you're giving Stafford a little bit too much grace here. I
Really?
thought he took
Okay.
I thought he took a lot of bad sacks last year. I
Hmm.
thought he was pretty careless with the football. I think he threw way too many interceptions. I'm not a
I agree with that.
Stafford.
Yeah.
I'm not a Stafford guy. And people are like, how you know a Stafford guy, bro? Look, bro. Do I respect him for his Detroit days when his arm was dangling and he ran down the field and won a game? Yeah,
Hey
I
man.
respect him for that, bro. That's a baller. Like that's a baller. I respect that. You got grit, good for you. But am I on the train that these guys are all that great? Ever since they won a Super Bowl where, they kind of went all in. I don't want to say sold their soul, but how
No,
they
they
doing
did.
since? I'm
They
just
did.
saying. Like the team gets a little worse every year. And
Yeah.
I know Cooper Kupp didn't necessarily play the biggest role last year, especially in the first half of the year. And then, like the week before the trade deadline, when I thought he was going to be a Pittsburgh freaking Steeler, the dude had like the
Yeah.
biggest game of the year and he scored like 3 times. And I was like, well, we ain't getting him. So that was
Exactly.
fun.
Yep.
But I think losing him is really, really tough here. And I do love the run game, and I do think they're good on their tight ends are good, and McVay's a great coach. And like, there's a lot of upside there. But I still think Stafford, I know, and Seth Bryson's with you. He's very high on the Rams. He's very high on Stafford. This has always been an argument with us. I just, I don't know, man. Stafford needs to go do something to prove it to me. Because he's no better every year than what the Steelers do. And look at their roster and look at the Rams
But
roster. And like
I was
the
going to say
Rams should just be better. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, I agree. But I was going to say the Rams are going to have one of the top defensive lines in the league this year. I think
And
I
then they're
wrote
gonna
this
win
off.
9 games.
I mean,
That's the
true.
problem.
I mean, that's still a possibility. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting Matt Stafford to have to do a whole lot that
Mm,
he didn't have to do last year going into this year. I think you
mm.
still get
Well, that's true.
Devontae Ad Yeah, I still think you get Devontae Adams filling that Cooper Cup role and
Mhm.
just being able to take the defense or take the top off the defense when you have Puka doing Swiss Army knife things all
Yep.
over the field. So I don't see so much of a drawback in Matt Stafford having to go out and win games like he did in Detroit, but I still feel like he has the necessary tools to get it done sitting as he is right now.
Fair. I think the Rams are dangerous early. I think early in the year they're gonna be a force. I think Devontae is gonna be healthy. I think Puka's gonna be healthy. They're Kyron Williams. Good luck catching him healthy. I mean, he's gonna be
Right.
tough. Like they're gonna play well early. I think if they lose, it's because Matt Stafford. I really their coaching is
Yeah.
great. Their defense is great. Their weapons are great. If Stafford plays right, they win games. Like that's why
Hmm.
on our prediction show, I was like, look, their ceiling is 12, 13 games. Their ceiling
Yeah.
is, but their floor is 8, 7. Like if he's not on, they're in trouble here. So anyway, now that I got out my Matt Stafford, this is a tough game for the Arizona Cardinals here because we just talked about the weapons and the defense, the two things that beat the Cardinals. You can beat them through the air deep, they can't cover you. And also, if you can rush them and you can get to Kyler Murray, you're going to cause a lot of problems for Arizona. I think Arizona, if they win this game, they have to win it real ugly, like 20-16, 20-17, 17-16. They got to keep it like a less than 20 game if they're going to win here. And I don't know if they can, but you look at the rest of the schedule here, moving on through, and you got the Rams again. And next time it's in LA, I'm going to give them one, but I know
Uh-huh.
I'm playing with fire. I'm going to go Cardinals find a way 20, 21-20. I think it's they're in trouble, but I'm going to give them one here because I think they're going to lose the next one. So
Yeah.
anyway, a big win there to start December potentially, or a big loss to start December, whichever side of the coin you're on. But then it gets tougher because CJ Stroud has had you circled since week 1 saying that's the game I'm going to have my best game of the year is right here against the Arizona Cardinals. This one right here, Thunder. I know you're a Texas guy. You're more of a Cowboys guy, which I don't get that because I'd be a Stroud guy over Dak Prescott any day, but what do I know? Is this a game that Arizona can go in here, keep it interesting, and potentially win in a high-scoring shootout?
If anything, I think it could be a shootout. Yes. I don't think Arizona's coming away with the win, though. You got an offense that is pretty notorious for turning the ball over against a defense that was pretty dang good at getting turnovers last year. So even if it is going to be a shootout, towards the end of the game, I'm seeing a massive turnover from Kyler Murray, and the Texans are going to get the win.
Oh, Kyler Murray. Seth, you see this one going the same way?
No, I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I definitely think the Texans will win, but I think they win off their defense. I'm still not sold on what the Texans offense is going to look like. The offensive line is still a major question mark for me. Yes, you still have Nico Collins. Yes, you have Joe Milton. Yes, you have Nick Chubb. But football is a game of the trenches, and you need the trenches to do their job to make the engine go. And I'm not seeing it right now. But that defense though, that Texan defense is going to seal the game.
Bro. Is it weird? You got tell me if I'm tripping. When I looked at that Jags game, it felt
Mhm.
like 24-22. And for some reason, this feels like 24-22 Cardinals. And I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Granted,
got
another
that
dome.
like is CJ gonna mess around a little too long
Yeah.
in this game? I don't know.
I'm
To be
I'm
fair,
calling
yeah,
a Will Johnson pick against CJ Stroud, a little OSU
I like
Michigan bad
that.
blood. I'm calling that
Mm,
right now as we speak. So, but sorry to cut
okay.
you off first. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I really like that, by the way. Um, even though I said I felt that way in the Jags game, I went Cardinals. So even though I feel like it here, I'm going to go Houston, but I'm going to go same exact score. I'm going to go 24, 22, 23, 21. I think
Yeah.
Cardinals hang here. I think they hang. Could Houston pull away late? Yeah, I mean, could CJ hit a 70-yard dagger, uncovered, blown coverage down the sideline? That's how the Cardinals would lose in a tight game.
hmm
So I'm going to say CJ gets it done just because I also have the Houston Texans in the postseason, and I don't see them dropping this game mid-December. So
Yeah.
I will join you guys on the Texans train. Then Atlanta Falcons. What are they going to be? Week 16, this game going down in Arizona, the final home game for the Cardinals here right before Christmas. Michael Penix Jr. obviously taking the reins here. Bijan Robinson going to be causing a lot of problems. Kyle Pitts at this point, rumor all of a sudden, he might not be a Falcon at this point in the season. But assuming that he still is, I think there's enough weapons here, Mooney and a few other guys, that they should handle this game here. But Seth, looking at the next 2 weeks, this might be the last chance for the Cardinals to grab a good win. Do you think they do?
It's hard. It's hard. Shoot, to your
Uh-huh.
point about Kyle Pitts being on the chopping block, send him over to Pittsburgh. We're tight
Yes,
end
sir. Thank you.
acquirers right now. So, but it's hard. I just don't know where the Falcons are going to be at this point of the season. I mean,
Mm.
granted, I do think they're going to be top two in the NFC South. I mean, granted, that's only truly a two-team division because the Saints and the Panthers are god awful. But I
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, Michael Penix getting his first real start through a whole season. Uh, the Falcons definitely picked up some key pieces in the draft for their defense. But this one's hard. I think this is another high-scoring game. Drake London possibly going off for a buck 50 maybe. Um, I want to say Falcons, but I won't be surprised if Kyler Murray fumbles around for uh a
Mm.
open pass downfield somewhere to hit somebody. Marvin Harrison probably down there. I want to say Falcons. I'm gonna go Falcons. Uh, 20 or 30 to 28. Make it close, but it's high.
Ooh. All right. I like that. So maybe the beginning of the end for the Arizona Cardinals season right here when they drop a close one against the
Yes.
Falcons, which would be very suiting for how they do every single year. But Thunder, Seth kind of alluded to it, man. The Cardinals could hit a big play late here. We've seen some problems, especially in the safety position over the past couple of years. A lot of movement, a lot of rotation in that position here. So I do think the back of the field is open for Kyler Murray here, but will it be open enough for them to win this one?
I see it being open enough here. I see it being open, especially the Falcons. They were like almost dead last on third downs. Like they pretty much on third down, allowing the offense to get third down conversions. So I see it happening. And I see the Cardinals getting a win on this one, possibly their last win.
Possibly their last win. That is very true as well. Oh, man, that's a tough one because if the Falcons play to their ability, and I think this is most teams, to be fair, that play the Cardinals this year, they should beat them.
Yeah.
Michael Penix can run all day. Thunder, a real quarterback who can run. If you know. But anyway,
I don't agree with that one, Riggs, but I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook for a minute.
you don't agree what?
Michael Penix hasn't ran the ball since he tore his ACL at Indiana in 2021, 2020. He
Bro,
he ain't
I'll
moving
take
like he used to.
I will take a torn ACL, Michael Penix, over Dak Prescott running the ball, bro. Like,
Ah.
anyway, all jokes aside, he's got a little bit of Lamar in him. I think you're writing him off. Stay tuned
Okay.
because
Okay.
He can run. I watched him a lot when he was at Washington. He can run really well. I agree with you. Coming off the injury, does he trust it yet? Maybe, maybe not. But by this point in the year, you need to win. You're fully confident. You're feeling good. I think he runs here, and I think he punishes Arizona. Honestly, like this could be his biggest running game of the year. Honestly, when you really look at it, but I have to, like Thunder, I have to find a way to give this to Arizona. So I'm going to make it weird. 24-16 Cardinals in this one. I think that's about as generous as I can get because, once again, we all know with this guy, they can win this game, but this is more of a desperation mode for Arizona. So I think I'm going to go with the win here for them. But now, good luck because you're going on the road to Cincinnati. And Cincinnati, we've seen it year in and year out. They are not in the playoffs, in my opinion, at this point in the year. They probably have to win their last two. Thunder, do they beat Kyler Murray?
I'm saying they do beat him. Like, you've got that high-powered offense. They may be able to put up a fight on this, but that offense and Joe Burrow just finding ways to win. I don't see the Cardinals being able to win an answer for him.
Yep. And it's going to be a cold mofo. Seth's over there right now, hanging out in Ohio. He knows how cold in what, like the January 28th-ish, 1st is when this is going down. So
you're not even coming outside out here if that's the case.
Bro, Kyler Murray, I love him. And I'm really debating making this like a 42-38 kind of game here because I think the defenses don't exist in this game. But then you factor in the weather, and it's like, well, hang on a minute. It's not in Arizona, and Kyler Murray outdoors in the cold averages like 13 points. So I'm kind of caught up here, but I'm going to say Joe Burrow doesn't take a step back here. I'm going to say 38-21. I think the Cardinals have moments. They're going to burn this defense a few times, but this Joe Burrow should not hesitate in any way, shape, or form. Chase Brown could run for 2 touchdowns and 200 in this game if the Cardinals miss a couple tackles here. So I'm going to go ahead and go 38-21. I think I'm being generous, to be honest.
I like that. I'm with you. My brain tells me like this game has the possibility of being the highest scoring game that we have this year, in my opinion. But like you said, January 8th, correct, is a date for that game?
It's somewhere between December 28th and like January 2nd. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah, so definitely it is below. I won't say below, but it's definitely in the teens in that time of the year out here in Ohio. And I could see that being a factor for the Cardinals. Like you said, being a dome team. I do have the Bengals winning this game, and also being in the playoff contention at this time. So I will go. Let's do 34 24. 34-24 Bengals.
That's fair. All right, guys. Sweet. Joe Burrow gets it done here. Big one. And then finally, Thunder, take us home, brother. At the LA Rams. Score prediction. Kyler Murray's life's on the line. In my opinion, in my score prediction, I have the Rams have to win this game to make the playoffs. I know most people had the over, but I had this one to win. Do you think they do?
I'm thinking the Rams are going to win, yes. Like I said, they splitting. So if anybody, like I could see them splitting. And always whenever I take splits on that with the division, I like to give it to the home field advantage wise. So I gave the Cardinals the win at their house. Rams going to win at their house to close out the season because especially no matter even if the O-line doesn't hold up and they got shakiness, I believe in the Rams to bring it home more than Kyler Murray's clutch this. So I'm giving the Rams the win on this, closing out the Cardinals season with a loss.
Seth.
Get the broom, sweep them up, get the Cardinals out of here. Rams get it done. I think the Rams will be in playoff mode at this point. They'll already have like a wild card, even be in first place for the division at this time. So I think they they get the Cardinals out of here, make it light work, so they can get ready to focus for wild card weekend.
Mm. Yeah, I love my boys, but they ain't sweeping no LA Rams, bro. They will be. It will be a gift from God if they get one of the 2 wins from the LA Rams, but they ain't getting 2 of them. I'd almost bet a tattoo on that one. I love Kyler, but that shit ain't happening. So all that said here, guys, please do us a favor, folks. If you guys are watching, we're going to scroll really quickly here through the schedule one more time. All you got to do to keep it simple is just count your wins. Don't count your losses. Count your wins here. Comment below. Let us know what you guys are thinking for your schedule. Here we go. Me personally, I got 9 wins for the Arizona Cardinals. I think they need a couple things to go their way, but they're a playoff team. Oh my God. Oh my
Cardinals
God.
are a playoff
Just
team.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I think they have 9, but I think they're out, and I think it's a good thing they're out because they're not going to win against the high seed offense anyway. So deep down, I hope they make the postseason, but I think they have 9 wins. Things go as good as they could have, but it's still not enough, which kind of opens the eyes. Is it time to move on from Kyler? Is it time to change the coaching? Is it time to change the front office? To me, they got to change something. I honestly don't think it's Kyler Murray. I really don't, but they got to change something here. So I'm going to go 9 wins, which is much, much over their over-under for the year. Seth, what do you got?
I'm between 7 and 8 wins. I'm with you on the questions going into the offseason, what needs to change. But I think the whole landscape of the year for the Cardinals, you do see a key jump for Marvin Harrison. I think you do see a better poised, I'll put that in air quotes, for Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But something does have to change. I just don't know what it is yet. We'll find out as the season goes. But 7 to 8 wins for the Cardinals this year.
So, guys, I just got absolutely shocked. I'm going to pull it up here for all y'all because I can't believe it. But did anybody know that the Cardinals over-under was 8.5?
8.5.
Because,
No.
bruh, I said 9, and I gave them every win that I could have possibly given them. I'm a little bit shocked here. I mean, does under 8.5 minus 105? I just checked another book. I ain't gonna start shouting out books. I just checked another book. They're plus 100 on the under 8.5.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm with the under, but 8.5 is steep. I would have thought 7.5 for their odds.
Genuinely, I thought it was 6.5 when we kind of started this. So I was looking at 9 wins and I was like, damn, I gave them a lot of wins. And I pulled this up and I was like, oh, I'm right on cue. And I don't think anyone in the entire sports forum is going to go with 9 with me. So anyway, Thunder. Seth said 7 or 8.
I got him at 7. I got him at 7 right now. And I think kind of like what you said, something's definitely got to change. I think with the way the league is, for some reason, teams and fans got the thought process of if we need a change, we need a new QB, even though I don't think the QB is the problem in this one. So even though something's probably going to definitely need to change, I sadly see it being Kyler that changes in Arizona.
So hold on, before we end, if that happens, where does Kyler end up? Who is looking for Kyler Murray to be the new face of their franchise?
That right there could be $1 million question, Seth. For Kyler Murray, it could be about a $250 million question.
True.
You know, that is a really good conversation that I don't think we have time for. But if anyone has one, I'll tell you. You want to know a crazy one? It would never. I don't think it would happen. But the LA Rams.
Keep them in the same division too. Ooh.
Bro, mobile quarterback gives Sean McVay a lot to do with it. I mean, that's one that just kind of stands out. I just don't know if Sean McVay, after whooping Kyler's ass year after year after year, wants him to be his quarterback. So
Yeah, come on over.
yeah, I think Kyler's going to have a really tough time getting starter money if
Yeah.
things go wrong. If they win 6-7 games and he has a turnover problem and he keeps running backwards, he's gonna be Kirk Cousins, bro. He's gonna be a starting quarterback on a bench somewhere, and that's not
Yeah.
going to be good. I'll tell you somewhere that I actually think this guy is probably on the move anyway, even though he has a no trade clause. If he gets a say in it and it's a team that he wants to go to, he goes. Trevor Lawrence, he could
Mhm.
go to Jacksonville. Kyler Murray,
Mm.
that could be an interesting fit as well, in my opinion. The only other one I would throw out there would probably be the Saints,
Okay.
just because I think Kyler is better than everything that they have. Just straight
Yeah.
up. He's just better. Tyler is not that guy. Spencer, I like Spencer. He's not that guy. They're basically going to be banking on getting Arch Manning in the
Mhm.
draft with the first pick if they're literally the worst team in football, which they very well could be. But then you ask yourself, why'd they take Tyler? I mean, I guess maybe because Derek Carr, maybe. But I think those are a couple options. I'm going to say Saints, Rams, Jacksonville. Could be three of
Okay.
them.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that Rams one surprised me when you said that.
Yeah. Well, I would have never said that until you literally asked, and I just started going through my mind like, where could he go? And they have a good enough. They have weapons, and he's never really had any. And they're
Yeah.
indoors, and he's not good
Mhm.
outdoors. Like there's just he's a high flying, fast tempo guy. Sean McVay's a fast tempo guy. Like there's a few things there. It would just be almost weird to
Yeah.
see him there, you know. But anyway, Thunder. Any team I forget that's just popping off the page.
The only thing in my mind is the fear of another ridiculous Jerry Jones decision and deciding, guys, I'm gonna go get Kyler Murray.
Hey man, bring him home. Bring him back. Bring
Well,
him back
Seth,
to the
I don't know if
stomping
you saw,
grounds.
bro, but I don't even know. You know, I feel like I'm not myself right now. But the Steelers,
I don't know. No. I'm
bro,
good.
it
I'm
just hit me.
good.
I'm sitting here
Nah,
talking shit about old man Stafford, and I was like, wait a minute,
we got
wait
one
a
of
minute.
those. We do got
We're
one.
gonna be in that boat, so we'll see what
Nah, I
happens. But
can't do that one.
all right, guys, there you go. That is the official for you. One more time, Cardinals over under 8.5 total wins here. Seth and Thunder rocking with the under. I am very enthusiastically taking the over by the skin of my teeth, but I think the odds makers genuinely, I think they got it wrong because I wouldn't take the over at minus 115. I thought I was going to be getting like plus 125 on that. So I'm a little bit surprised there. So we'll see what happens, man, but going to be an interesting year here for the Arizona Cardinals. Until next time, Mr. Thunder Villarreal at Villarreal Thunder at Beast _mode _11 for Mr. Seth Douglas. Myself at Rig Sports Talk. Do us a favor, guys, on YouTube. Click that subscribe button at The Sports Forum. Bunch of different shows up for you guys right now. UFC shows going down, golf shows going down, and obviously a ton of NFL. Also, do us a favor. Check out thomasadamsapparel.com, new sponsor over here. If you guys like fun merch, hats, polos, pullovers, whatever, if you're a golf fan, check out Thomas Adams Apparel right now. Go to the website, put in your email, 15% off your very first order. So until next time, Thunder, Seth, and myself, take care, everybody. And we'll see you guys in the next one.